Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. In this video, we are going to be looking at how we can create a server, a WebSocket server, and a client in Node.js. So for that, we need a couple different directories, one to host the server and another to contain the client. So let's get into it. I'm in a directory, and inside of this directory, in the master directory, I'm going to create a server. Socket server, or you can simply call it a server, and we can create another one client. First of all, let's get into the server and set it up. So because it's going to be an NPM a node project, so we're going to be initializing it with npm init. Actually, instead of like giving it all the parameters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do npm init y, and it's going to be starting it up with the default parameters. It gave it a version, a name, and everything. So I'm going to open it up in a text editor, VS Code, and I'm going to create the file server.js. Over here, I need to. So first thing that I need to do is to install a package. So let's open up the integrated terminal. Hang on a minute. Let's open up the integrated terminal. And inside the integrated terminal, I'm going to install the WS package. The WS is the package that we are going to be using to create the WebSocket server. And one thing is to remember that it's Node 21. So for the server, we are going to install the WS, but in the client side, we're going to be using just the built-in version of it. We're going to try that out. So let's require the WebSocket and WebSocket.server and port 8080 and server.onConnection. What we are going to do, so we have to close that. WS.on message. We're going to be showing the message, and we are just going to log. All right. So what this person S is going to do is that it is going to convert that that message, which is in a different format, into a string. So this is something that we need to know ahead of time, because this will be a buffer. A message that is received is in a buffer, and that's being converted into a string. Then what we're going to do after receiving something, we are going to send it something back as well. So it can be anything, but we're sending it the same message with some of our own text from the server. And then whenever there's a connection, so we're gonna send hi. Yeah. All right. So whenever there's a connection, it's gonna say that I am a web server. So that's it. We are done with our WebSocket code, and I think that's it. And then we are gonna do an npm. No, we're just gonna start it by npm node server.js. There's no npm command yet, so the server is running. Right now, the server is running. Now I'm going to go back, and we are going to go into the client. Inside of the client, we are going to have, again, we are going to do npm init y, and it's going to install or set up the node, or simply it will just create a package.json inside of our directory with all the required, or with all the parameters, and then we're going to create the client dot. Yes, I think we didn't need the npm here because we are not going to use any package for now. Maybe we require it, but I think okay, let's actually see that if we have the server, because we are using the Node 20. Let's see. I think let's actually change it to see how many of them we have the Node 20.0.1. So let's go use the Node 21.0, and we use 21.0.0, and now we're using the Node 21. So yep. All right. So WebSocket. I think we're just gonna call it socket. Hang on a minute. Here we have it, and we're gonna be looking for WS localhost 8080 as we're running it over there. And ws.onOpen, whenever the connection opens up, we are going to be logging that we are connecting the server. And then whenever there's a message, we are going to log that message. I think over here it's going to be a buffer, but let's see. Whenever the server is the client is disconnected, we're going to show that, and we are going to on error. We are going to handle the error as well. Yep. So this is just the Copilot doing it all for me, and for the send. Initially, we want to send a message, but no, we are only going to send a message whenever the connection is open. So once the connection is open, we are going to send it to the server to actually, whenever we have an available connection of the WebSocket, then we are going to send it over. So that's it. Let's clear this mess out, and node client.js. It says WebSocket is not defined. Right. So I think we need to import that again. Const WebSocket is required. Do we have the WebSocket initially? But let's see. WS package npm. No npm script. It's not able to find WS module. So let's actually install it. So I heard in the documentation of the Node 21 that there is a WebSocket client built into it. So, but it's not picking that up like natively. I don't know, where do I have to import it? If you guys know, you can let me know in the comments below. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the WS the package, the npm package, and let's see if that works for me. So node client.js. Oh, so it cannot be invoked without new. Yeah, this is a constructor class, so it cannot be initialized without a new. There we go. We are able to send a message, and if I run it side by side, I can show you that we have received a message onto our server as well. So on the left side, we are running on the left side, we were running a server, and on the right, we have a client that is sending something. So now what we do here is that whenever there's a message received, we want to send another message in like a couple seconds so that we don't like keep sending every millisecond a message. So after receiving something from the server, we are going to send the server back. But this time it's going to be sending this message after 2 seconds. All right. And then I'm going to pass the inner parameter 2000, that stands for 2000 milliseconds, equals the seconds, 2 seconds. All right, let's close the client and run it back again, client.js. And as we can see, so let me explain what's happening right here. So here the client is sending a message. Whenever a client receives a message, it's going to wait for 2 seconds, and then it's going to send a message to the server. And whenever a server receives a message, so a connection is already like established, and inside the connection, whenever the WebSocket receives a message, it's going to log that message, and then it's going to send that message back to the client. So what the client is going to do, it's going to print that message, and it's going to in 2 seconds, in the next 2 seconds, going to send that message back to the server again. So this thing is going to be like both the server and the client are going to ping each other like after every 2 seconds. So this was just the example of the server, the WebSocket server and the WebSocket client in Node. And we saw in Node 21, we were not able to import that directly. But if you guys have any idea, like if we can, maybe I was missing this news, so let me try that out. But I think that's not going to work. Let's see. Node client. No, that's not. That's totally not defined. So if you guys know, do let me know in the comments, and I will be coming to the next video. So until then, it's a goodbye.